25 horrible roommate stories, according to Reddit. Number 25. She was as sweet as a peach to your face, but honest to God, couldn't stand not being the center of attention. Lied about insomnia to her teachers because she stayed up late playing video games and laughing super loud and calling her friends. Started seeing things. The more time I spent with my boyfriend and not with her, and tried to, against campus policy, rewrite our roommate contract with our sketchy RA so that she could claim I was breaking our agreement and get me kicked out since I was no longer paying her any attention. You're in college and you're crafting sentences like this? You should be ashamed, you dumb cake day having bitch. Celebrated a Reddit birthday. Be celebrating some grammar's fucking open palm against your cheek. Someone responds, I had one of those in my pod during O week. Pod equals like flatmates, same wing and floor of the building, 6 of us in total. She was lovely at first, had cute little sister, we hung out a lot. We didn't have a lot in common though, and had very clashing schedules, so I assumed she'd be like any normal person and accept that we could only really hand out on weekends. Hand out indeed. Is this what they're calling it these days? A waka waka? Sorry. She was not a normal person. Stuff went missing from the shared kitchen. Not just my stuff, mind you. She became super passive aggressive. Started binge drinking and blaming me for not being there to stop her. I dismissed it. More stuff vanished, and from time to time from the bedrooms, my lock was broken too. She tried to blame me and get me kicked out. Luckily, we had a fire drill during which she left the door open and a whole load of stolen goods were found. Wallets, spoons, underwear, you name it. She stole it. She was there for less than 2 weeks and has to pay rent the whole year for breaking the contract. Well, good. The fucking thief? Stupid drunk bitch. Number 24. Left for class, but it got canceled when I came back in the room. My roommate was in my video games chair watching Lifetime with a quarter of nighttime cold medicine next to him and my camp blanket around his neck. Conversation followed. Me. You naked under my blanket? Yeah, man. Beaten off to Lifetime high on cold meds? Yeah, man. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't be here. Yeah, man. You had a video game chair? I should get one of those. Wait, I'm a big man. I need a big man's video game chair, so never mind. Somebody responds, I don't know why, but out of everything in this goddamn thread, this made me burst into tears laughing. Yeah, man. Number 23. Maybe this is not the typical story, as I did my undergraduate in Belgium, and sharing rooms is not really a thing in northwestern Europe. Anyway, in my second year, I lived together with 15 other students, sharing a huge kitchen and 1 shower. 15 other motherfuckers, 16 total, homie. Jesus Christ. Most of them were extremely cool. There was, however, one dude that was just plain trash. He informed us he'd have a party 1 day in advance and completely trashed the place. But on top of that, he raided our fridge. Me being a proper Dutch girl, I always kept Gouda cheese in the fridge. Oh, you poor girl, they got you a Gouda cheese. Some girls really like their cheese, like the cutest, daintiest little flowery girls love their little wheel of cheese. And that's so rude. Just the piece, unsliced. He took a bite from the cheese. I came into our trashed kitchen in the morning only to find my dear cheese with some bite marks in it. What a fucking creature of a human. Someone responds, had a similar thing happen to me. Lived in a corridor with 12 people and 2 shared shower rooms. After a corridor party, there was a middle-aged man sleeping on the couch in the kitchen. What? No one knew who he was, and in our drunken state, no one had the heart to wake him up and kick him out. The next morning he was gone, and someone had taken a huge dump on the floor in the shower room. Fantastic. Fantastic. Number 22. One of my freshman roommates was self-professed kleptomaniac. That means that they steal things, and they steal things a lot. Like maybe they can't help themselves. Kleptomania. She got a huge thrill from stealing clothes from department stores, usually Nordstrom. In the first week or so of school, she went through her closet and showed us all of the clothing she had stolen. Plus, she knew how much each item cost and how she'd swiped it. Thousands of dollars worth of nice clothing. She had so much that half of it still had the tags on it, and she never wore it. Yeah, that's smart, you know, and then you're bragging about it and the tags are still on it. You're an idiot. You know, but she took it because she knew she could. Usually this theft involved carrying a really big purse, taking way too many items into a dressing room, and then emerging with one item in the purse, one to buy and the rest to put back. Then if the alarm went off, they would assume it was just the item that she had just purchased and let her leave. Half the time she returned the item she paid for soon after too, and it got to the point where the girls in the dorm would go to the mall with her and they'd all pick out things that they liked, and she'd go back on her own later and steal it for them. It was crazy, and to my knowledge she's still doing this and hasn't been caught. She never seemed to steal from anywhere other than department stores, and none of my stuff ever went missing, so I guess she wasn't too bad of a roommate. Just a person of questionable morals. Somebody else responds, I hung out with a girl who did exactly this. Took her out to eat one time, and when I got up to get food from the counter, my wallet slipped out of my pocket. She had it sitting in her lap, and I put it back in my pocket, thinking I had just dropped it. Later that day, I opened my wallet, and all my cash and credit cards were gone. I heard later that same weekend, she went to a party and swiped 3 more guys' wallets. Stay away from kleptos, kids. Well, damn, baby. Number 21. Oh, this is a hefty one. I was unfortunate to have lived with 2 douche sticks during my freshman year. Fuckstick number 1 was Eddie. Eddie was my original roommate, and after the typical freshman email exchanges, who's getting the fridge, microwave, rug, etc., we had the opportunity to meet on move-in day. At first, Eddie was a great roommate, fun to hang out with, good to grab a bite with, but then Eddie found out how hard engineering is. You see, he was a mechanical engineering major, and found it was just too difficult. Instead of switching majors, he decided to just give up. He stopped going to class, didn't go out on the weekend, he just stayed there all the time, day and night. I kid you not, he only left to eat. That's how I'm living my life right now, homie. At the cafe on the first floor, luckily for me, Eddie failed all of his classes and didn't come back, leaving me with a room all to myself! Exclamation point, faggot. I started my second semester with my own room/bachelor pad. I moved the beds together to set up a nice queen bed to host the non-existent ladies I'd be bringing home. The room is huge without a second person. Enter fuckstick number 2. Halfway through the semester, John and his roommate had a disagreement. Okay. So they moved him to my room. John was fucking weird. I have no other words to describe him other than a total weirdo. This coming from a self-proclaimed fantasy geek computer scientist. I have a really high tolerance for weird, and John exceeded them all. He loved Hilary Duff. Oh God. So much so he watched her movies on repeat. Oh shit. He must have been doing this to get under your skin. Come on now. All the time, whenever he was home, which was all the time because he didn't have any friends. Hilary Duff, baby. He used my fucking toothbrush. Maybe he liked you. I've had girls use my toothbrush, and I'm like, bitch, what you doing? That's gross. I had no idea at the time until I walked out one day to see him with my toothbrush dangling out of his mouth, like it's totally normal. He would masturbate loudly while I was trying to sleep. Jesus Christ. He showered every 2 to 3 days. Not horrible, but definitely not enough. Ooh, that's just unhygienic, baby. He would stand over my shoulder and watch what I was doing on my computer, as in he would read every word. When I would confront him about it, he acted like it was totally normal. It's not normal, nigga. I wish somebody would try some shit like this. I wish some nigga would try some shit like this. What's wrong with you? You autistic piece of bitch. It's one thing for people who don't know better, but if you a grown-ass man, he wasn't unsafe or unstable, he was just really friggin' weird. Thankfully, I only had to deal with him for like 7 weeks or so, because the year came to a close. God damn. He edits it to say, I've received a lot of messages that I'm a horrible person for letting Eddie slip into a deep depression. Firstly, I acknowledge that he may have been a bit depressed, but overall, he was pretty social with us. It was, who gives a fuck? The response reads, could you clarify why roommate number 1 was so bad? I mean, the fact that he never leaves doesn't seem too bad to me. Yeah, that's what I was dissing your bitch ass for. Like, you don't get to choose how people live their life because things ain't going the way that they want them to go for them, you know what I'm talking about? We're not all wired the same way, and you don't even know how you would operate under the same stimuli. So that's crazy when people want to tell you how to deal with shit when they haven't themselves been through it. You can assume how you might be, but that's just the thing. Sometimes people don't know what it'll be like when they're tested. Number 20. My freshman roommate lost her virginity the night before the move-in to her much older, very creepy, unemployed musician boyfriend. Ooh. In the hotel room that she was sharing with her mom and little sister, who were in bed next to them. What? My freshman roommate lost her virginity the night before the move-in with her older boyfriend in the hotel room that she was sharing with her mom and sister, who were in the bed next to them. That's wild. This guy basically lived with us on the weekends and had to always change in the dark because a strange, creepy dude was lying there. Ugh. Usually butt naked. They had a lot of gross sex. She decided that it would be funny to pants me during a 4 a.m. fire drill in front of the entire dorm, which was co-ed. I don't wear underwear to sleep. She failed to see how it wasn't hilarious. There were a million other things, but those two stick out the most. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Number 19. She got kicked out for failing, and the night before she left, she got super drunk, threw up everywhere, and left me to clean it up. You poor girl. You live in the life of a maid. You know what I mean? You janitorial work is more than what's going on. You know you're an adult when you're the one cleaning up the puke. What if it's your own puke? Ask someone else. Then you're a functioning adult. Ho ho. Ho ho ho. Number 18. We had a suite of 6 guys. One of these guys, Ron, was a weird-ass hippie who did all sorts of hysterical things. Example 1. He was barefoot wherever he went. Not bad, but we got concerned when it started snowing. Example 2. Me and another suite mate came home one day and opened the door, and there were something like 5 20-gallon drums filled with dirt and dying plants. There were bugs everywhere for weeks, and when we asked Ron what the fuck, he responded by exclaiming, "Look guys, can you believe the farm was giving these away? For free?" Fucking Ron. Oh, you rascal. Example 3. He liked to use the microwave to cook. Okay. He once baked weed into chocolate using the microwave. Okay. Another time, he put plastic bowl in for about 20 minutes until it fucking vaporized and released poisonous smoke. Another time, he made his tea so hot that it spilled and melted the carpet. It's pretty cool, you know? This guy's like a chemist or something. Example number 4. He invited my roommate in for a threesome. Okay. Guess it would have been a foursome if he had said yes. Oh my God. What? Example 5. He fermented apple wine under his bed. Come on now, man. come on now. Come on now. This was actually pretty cool. Well, I guess if it's out of your guys' way, man. What the fuck? You fomenting that wine, you know what I mean, under your bed? Come the fuck on. Number 17. My roommate freshman year was a Chinese exchange student straight out of Shanghai. Oh, bing bong, bing bong, bing. His name was Zihil. Or something. You're right. You just pull it out of your ass. But if you're anything past one semester into college, you know they have their own English names. Okay, that's pretty cool. I wish I could have an alias and have that be totally fine. But Kyle is so cool that, you know, I can't pretend that I want to be known as anything other than Kyle. It's just too fly. For whatever reason, he chose the name Jose. Fucking Jose. He didn't speak much English, too. We definitely understood more than he could speak of English, but we got along marvelously. One night, I was showing him the American pastime of drinking games. I asked him, "Yo, Jose, you had alcohol before, right?" Because, you know, I didn't want to get in trouble if he died of alcohol poisoning. He says yes, but looking back, it was definitely a no. So about 2 hours pass, and this kid is slugging beers. Beers. You fucking kids. Of course, everyone wants to teach the Chinese kid everything Americans do. By this 2 hour mark, he must have beer ponged 3 beers, shotgun 2, casually drank another 2, and he starts feeling sick. I can see it in his ass. He grabs his shit, and we take off back to our dorm room. Halfway there, he starts stumbling and falling. In the hallway of our dorm, he heads over to the trash can and just starts puking his brains out. I get him into the room, get him some water, and make sure he doesn't choke on his puke. In the morning, he starts freaking out because he can't find his phone. He turns on the Find My iPhone thing, and the trash can he puked in the night before starts pinging. We had to search through this filled trash can of puke and garbage to find his phone halfway down. What you mean we, nigga? I love you, Zihil/Jose, but I mean, you don't want through your phone in a trash can and you're drunken stupor talking about, I better barf in this shit. Ooh. What's in the trash can? Banana peels? Too long didn't read. Chinese man named Jose had some beers, puked in a trash can, and threw his phone in there with it. We had to get it out. Yeah, you sound like some kind of friend. That dude owes you for helping him find his phone. If it were me, I would have said, no way, Jose. Ha ha ha. You get the comedy on the Kyle channel. Fuck my asshole. Number 17. I wonder if there was a gay man listening to me say fuck my asshole just now that was just like, oh, gladly, Kyle. Would you microwave that bagel? I'd like to have sex with it. Oh, God, just stick to the fucking list here, Kyle. Number 17, or unless we're on 16. I don't know, man, you know. The jury's out. I was friends with a girl a year behind me. Her freshman year, she was randomly matched with a girl who, one, was convinced she was in a relationship with the lead singer of Tokyo Hotel and had been for several years, but it was obviously some catfish. Let's try that again. But it was obviously some catfisher on the internet. They would Skype where only he could see her. His videos would be blank for security reasons, and he told her they could never meet in person because of the media. And since he was always on tour, she would Skype with him at all hours of the night to make up for the time zone differences. It was actually kind of sad and scary. Several people I know tried to explain to her that she was being taken advantage of, but she could and would not listen. Pretty sure she did stuff on camera for him and sent him money. Why would he need that? Bought multiple bags home full of her cat's hair. Well, there you go, nigga. Brought multiple bags from home stuffed with her cat's hair and knitted tiny clothes and figurines of it. Okay, out of it. Come on. My friend was, of course, very allergic to cat hair. Now, nigga. Some people crazy, man. I'm imagining a shaved cat, says somebody. Oh, Redditor comments are always so fun. Imagine somebody telling that story in front of a classroom and then somebody just blurting out, I'm imagining a shaved cat. The cat is shaved. What's this thread go on to say? Because of this is, of course, the more eventful of the two stories. Why do I have you tagged as Banana Boy? This is why. Oh, the fucking down the rabbit hole we go, guys, huh? Somebody has this guy tagged as Banana Boy. So I guess we might as well tag him as Banana Boy. Come on now, that's a V. B-A-N-A-N-A. B-A-N-A-N-A. Bye. Boy. How you say boy? Boy. 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 Something like that. Bowie. Bowie. Boy. Sorry. Can you imagine if somebody like was just listening to this part of the video? Okay. So Ask Reddit. Somebody asked the question, what gets weird if you do it gently? And this guy says, once in middle school, I somehow zoned out in the middle of eating a banana. I guess I was savoring it or something. A friend called me to attention to point out that the whole lunchroom was watching me apparently pleasure a banana. So yes, the young guy was called Banana Boy for a week in middle school. Oh boy. Get on there, boy. Banana Boy. That sounds like a fun Reddit thread we can read later. What gets weird if you do it gently? Coming in at number 25. What number are we on? Maybe it's probably like 15. Let's go with 15. He was leaving dirty plates in his bed, covered with his sheets. Come on, man. When he was going to sleep, he just kicked the plates and didn't bother to clean them. That's so disgusting. Oh my God. Did I just change the font on this page? I hope not. Anyway, she was disgusting. Wait, number 14. She was disgusting and a total slob and wouldn't let me clean her side of the room. It was always super cluttered with shit everywhere. Our room had a gross smell all of the time because of her, so I finally broke down and decided to let her be mad at me and cleaned everything. I found cups, like 5 or 6, of partially drank, spoiled, rotten, curdled chocolate milk. She likes chocolate milk. Just not the whole cup, otherwise, you know, it wouldn't be in there spoiling. Plates of partially eaten moldy food. It was horrible. She got so pissed that I cleaned it that she ended up moving in with another girl. Good. I wasn't upset about it. I love it. She also had loud, crazy sex at any and all hours of the night. Wouldn't lock her door, and I ended up getting some items stolen. It was a mess. Come on now, guys. My roommate had no sleep schedule. He also chewed loudly, played the bass, and watched anime without headphones at the same time at 3 a.m. Damn, let's imagine that. You know, you've got yourself like a cheesy gordita crunch, maybe a nacho bel grande from Taco Bell, and you're just smacking. Only one discount. And it's just like the anime, you know, blasting, and it's 3 a.m. Hell no. You're playing bass while you're eating, watching anime. Maybe you're playing bass line along to the show, you know what I'm talking about? Somebody responds and it says, this is honestly the worst thing about roommates in dorms. Mine would wake up super early and would open and shut his drawers as loud as possible, waking me up in the process. If he was staying up late, he would bring a huge supply of snacks and open them loudly as he watched Netflix till 4 in the morning. Headphones, nigga. Headphones, though. Be fucking considerate. Damn. I don't understand how people act like this or have this little awareness or consideration. I walk on eggshells if there's someone sleeping in my room or on the other side of the house, much less in the same room as me. I think I was even lying awake with a fever one time my freshman year at like 4 a.m. dying of thirst, but since I didn't want to make too much noise, I got a juice box and drank it in the bathroom. I hope this juice box makes me feel better. Yeah, some people are considerate and some people aren't, and it's a shame. He wasn't too bad on the whole, except for the habit of alarm snooze, alarm snooze, alarm snooze, alarm snooze, talking alarm snooze, alarm snooze, alarm snooze, alarm snooze. They're talking alarm snooze, alarm snooze, alarm snooze, alarm snooze. That one more time, for those who missed it, was alarm snooze. I'm kidding. Why do people do this? Here's why, bro. I'm gonna explain it to you, okay? Here's why I do this, okay? Okay. Are you ready here? Okay. Okay, you ready? Okay. So, okay, you ready? Okay. So if I have to wake up at 8 a.m., okay? I'll set an alarm for like 7 a.m., 7:30, okay? Okay. All right. And let's say I have the snooze at increments of 10 minutes. I'll literally just wake up 7:30 and be like, okay, man, I'm going to have to wake up in a little bit. But like, let me just try and savor these last moments of sleep. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll drift back off. And then it'll go off in 10 minutes, and I'm just like, oh, fuck, man, I really got to wake up soon. Let me try and just jiggle myself, I got to get up, But at the same time, let me just lay it, just a couple more minutes here. Just a couple more minutes here. Some of us need to gradually wake up, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Some of us need to gradually wake up. We can't just be like, bam, oh, it's time to go and get up. We don't drink coffee and all of this other shit that you people are slaves to. So it's as simple as that. Somebody responds and says, I move into uni soon, and as much as I don't want to be this roommate, I fear I will be. I'm terrible at waking up. Fucking continue here. Number 13. I was in a small triple freshman year. What does that mean? Triple freshman, maybe 3 people in his place. Early on, my roommate, oh god, I'm like shifting in my butt. Okay. Oh, I apologize. That was a bad way to sit for Kyle's ass. Early on, my roommate was extremely studious and would accept nothing lower than pretty much an A on everything. He would beat himself up if it wasn't good enough, and he would try to get him and we would try to get him to relax a bit. I apologize for all these bodily noises today, man. Second half of the freshman year, he buys a new computer and World of Warcraft. Oh yeah, baby. I wonder if this was before Cataclysm. Refuses to go to class and played World of Warcraft nonstop all night and would sleep through the whole day. It was disrupting to me and my other roommates. He eventually ended up pretty much dropping out of school, and I've never seen such a change around. He has actually gotten back on track though and has been doing pretty well for himself. Video game addiction is a real thing. It's still a choice, nigga. I mean, unless you haven't been playing video games your whole life or something. Who knows? Sounds more like a burnout, says somebody. You damn right. Stop trying to fucking find that crutch to blame some shit on. So somebody else says, I had a roommate and a suite mate. It was 2 rooms, each with 2 beds and a shared bathroom. The dude in the suite next to ours didn't have a roommate for whatever reason. Our suite mate would regularly flip out if there was any noise after about 10 o'clock. Wow. Because he went to an insanely early church service every morning. And when I say no noise, I mean if I had to pee at 10 p.m., I would get screamed at, threatened with violence, etc. Dude, I would love to piss this faggot out. Piss this faggot off. Piss it up, piss it down, piss it all around, piss it up, piss this off, piss it on. God. It got to the point when he was shoving notes under our door, threatening to murder our families. I remember at one point I was watching a movie with my friends and he banged on the door screaming, "What the fuck is wrong with you faggots and niggers?" Many of my friends were gay and or black. Stop making so much fucking noise. I have to go to church. He got kicked out of school. Well, good. Stupid bitch. Yeah, church must have really been helping. Yeah. You fucking nigger faggots in there better keep that gay black Jew shit down, or I will fucking rape you and your families all over your lawn, and we'll burn a cross too, in the name of Jesus, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Hallelujah. He had a girlfriend that didn't attend our university that would stay the entire weekend. They stayed in bed, lights out, ordered delivery, wouldn't leave. At one point I woke up and there was a baby in our room. They were babysitting a fucking baby. I'm sorry you guys had to share a room and deal with that kind of horse shit. Come on now. I'm glad you added they were babysitting, because it seemed like one day you woke up and they this chick had shat out a baby while you were sleeping. You know what I mean? Holy crap. That's Guinness World Record type crap. Like, you just go to sleep and you wake up and there's a baby. And oh my god, a brand new baby. I was the horrible freshman roommate. It's funny how I had to read that over and over before my brain was like, no bro, the delivery is, I was the horrible freshman roommate. You know, achievement unlocked because of one event. I was super tired all the time, so I would often sit on the floor in the shower and just let the water wash my sorrows away. You know that my tears gone cold, I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all. Morning rain clouds up my window, but I can't see it all. Even if I could, it would all be great with your picture on my wall. Look, if that shit is too accurate, I'll get struck by YouTube. You know what I mean? They'll be like, wait a minute, is that Dino in there? Hey, give me that money. YouTube, chill. No, you chill, you nigger faggot. I'm sorry. You nigger faggot. Wow, bro. Well, I accidentally fell asleep, and I happened to fall asleep with my butt right on top of the drain. It plugged the drain and caused the entire bathroom dorm and door floor below us to flood. You fucking idiot. Morning rain clouds up his window and fucks up the whole dorm. What's truly horrible about this is that you let your bare ass make contact with the shower drain in a boy's bathroom. Yeah, dude, you nasty as fuck, nigga. Yeah, dude. Like, you ever, like, been in a shower that's not yours? Like, for real, though. You ever go to a bathroom that is not... No, I'll save this for something to animate. So, let me remind myself of that. Let me go ahead and change this bookmark to foreign bathroom. And that'll make me remember. Somebody responds, what's truly horrible about this is... Oh, wait, you read that already. God, Kyle, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Wait, what is this? No, I can't click that. You gotta stop, Kyle. Hank Hill ass. Hank Hill ass. You know what the crazy thing is? It's raining so hard outside that the power could go out at any moment, and I'm sure that the rain is also making it into this video. This video is supposed to be about me, rain, so I command you to stop, and just like that, the rain stops. Do you hear it? It's dying down. Kyle's got the power because he is your Lord. Pay homage to your Lord. Respect me. Show me what you're talking about. And if you're a girl, especially a redhead, just shimmy them little bit of jiggle them titties. Look, the very first weekend of my freshman year in college, my roommate comes back from a party at like 2 a.m. or whatever and proceeds to vomit on my fucking desk, which did contain my laptop computer on it. God bless him for learning English. Jay, I know you use Reddit. If you're reading this, fuck you, man. My name's Jay, and I had to do a mental check of college to make sure it wasn't me. It's not. I don't think. It is. Fuck you, Jay. Hey, you're not OP. I'm down with OPP. Yeah, you know me. Let's go to the next one, Kyle. Oh, we're already at the end. Yay! I mean, not yay. I hope you enjoyed this video, and the rain's really coming down. I can keep commanding the rain to stop and make it stop, but like when I take my attention off of the rain, it just starts coming down again. So we just gotta end this video, and it's great because we reached the end of the list because I didn't give myself 40 fucking things to read like the last time when I shut myself up in this hot box, right? And I'm dying. But you know what? Special thanks to Proper Gentleman who bought that cooler. And, you're the real MVP, bro. You're the real MVP. Number 1. I lived in a triple. Let's call one of my roommates Tom. Hey, cool. He made that MySpace thing and it worked out really great for him. But Tom was a disgusting, inconsiderate sex addict. And I'd venture one of the worst roommates anyone has ever had. So what's a sex addict, dude? Because we all probably get off a lot, you know what I mean? So especially if we had like a female to exercise that... Let's see. Tom masturbated several times a day just under his sheets, not subtly. Being a triple and the largest room on the floor, we had people in and out of our room regularly. This didn't matter to him. After a while, we got him to agree to a rule that if we caught him wanking, and he would stop. But once he was past a certain point, and that just wasn't going to happen. Okay. Why didn't you just record this asshole? Like, I feel like a lot of these stories have to take place in a realm before camera phones, because we would just put these niggas on blast as the nasty motherfuckers that they are and turn them into a freaking like, where's the shit happening? So I can get some of this, so I can lay down a Kyle narration over it, you know what I mean? And finally get some YouTube attention, not because I want it, but because I need the cash, baby. I don't want to be YouTube famous, but I want that YouTube fame. Cash, baby. Coming at you with number 1, alright? Tom had a girlfriend on the floor and would sexile us whenever possible. For example, when we were showering, she was a spitter, which I know because the spit cup by his bed was never cleaned out. Okay. Tom was a believer in the shit test. What? Apparently going to the toilet only to find out you didn't have to go is a big waste of time. Let's read that again because I am not comprehending. Tom was a believer in the shit test. Apparently, going to the toilet only to find out you didn't have to go is a big waste of time. So you just stand up and try to go a little bit first, then run to the toilet if needed. Nigga, what? You stand up and try to take a shit first, and then if you need to go to the toilet, that's when you go? Hell nah. Does this nigga need his own video? Oh my god. So he was like shitting in his pants, going, well, I guess I gotta use the bathroom. What? Oh my god. Once, while attempting this, he shit himself a little, he claimed. Right before going out to a party, he asked me if he should shower, but then decided he had no time. Obviously, Tom did not wear underwear, and when we returned back from the party, he just took off his pants and hopped naked into bed. I don't think those sheets were ever washed. Oh my god, Tom. Tom once had to pee during a poker game in our room. Rather than leave, he used a solo cup under the table and then a second one that he urgently requested as the first was filling up. When he finished, he put the cups on his desk. Later, someone noticed that one of the cups was on its side and empty. Over the side of the desk, having apparently spilled over his clothes on the floor. Nigga. And he's got a girlfriend. Listen to everybody listening to this shit. If you think that you're just miserable and pathetic and alone and lame or weird, or have nothing to offer because you're physically unappealing, or you're not like amazing on some superficial level that everybody else is, told by society is what they need to be like to attract a mate. This nigga has a girlfriend, okay? This shit stain of a human has a girlfriend. So you need to ask yourself, if this is what you want, if you're looking for attention from a female, right? Or a male, and you're not getting it, okay? Just change your approach. Change where you're looking. Make it so that you're seeking out people that share your interest. It's a shame that Pokemon Go died down, homie, because you could probably find a lot of other people who probably never leave the house, just like you do, if that's what you're all about. You know what I mean? Just as much as you. But don't be discouraged. This nigga has a girlfriend. Tom. Okay? Got sick of not being able to have sex with his girlfriend whenever he wanted to, so he had this great idea to buy a tent from Target so he could have sex while we were in the room. His girlfriend wasn't having it, so he moved his mattress and the tent to a janitor's closet. Apparently, a cleaning lady walked in on him sleeping naked there, and he was forced to move back in. That's it. That's all he gets in trouble for. I love it. We had 2 men's bathrooms on our floor, each with 3 showers. One shower belonged exclusively to Tom and his girlfriend. He kept a lawn chair in there because sitting is the luxurious way to shower. Okay. You can imagine what else went on in there. and why nobody else used it. At the end of the year, we did a survey. Over half of the people on the floor had seen his penis at least once. I know this sounds unbelievable, but it's all 100% true. He edits, I forgot this story. Late one night, we were sexiled as usual. And my other roommate, call him Phil, comes back and wants to go to sleep. He knocks. Tom tells him 10 minutes. He comes back a while later, 10 more minutes. After half an hour, Phil can't take it any longer and starts pounding repeatedly on the door. After a minute or so, Tom opens the door, nude and fully erect, and says, if you want to sleep, you're going to have to suck me off first. I should mention at this point, Phil is a big guy, probably 40 pounds on Tom, but normally quite chill. Phil takes a swing at Tom, and the two of them start to brawl. It took 3 or 4 guys to separate them. Tensions were high for a while after that, and we had to conflict resolution with our RA, but the legend of Boner Fight was one of the defining memories of that year. Boner Fight. Oh my God. Look, this was exhausting. Who raises these people? Bad parents. This was exhausting. I may just find a way to edit this out of this video and make it its own thing, because this is atrocious. What is your horrible roommate story? Leave it in the comments below. Kyle. Did you make it to the end of this video? You should have, because it's not one of the longer ones. 40 minutes is like a joke compared to all these stupid ass hour-long ones we usually do. Did you miss Stripes? Stripes is sleeping or something. Get over it. Get over it. I thought you loved me. I remember the first time I threw Stripes in videos, you guys lost your fucking mind. I hate this fucking girl. She's so stupid. What's the point? And now I know it's gonna be all like, guys, where is Stripes? But get over it. I hope you're having a good day, and I hope things are making sense for you. I need to find a way to put ads at the end of these videos, because odds are, people are probably like going to sleep, when these videos are playing. So if I put ads at the end, and it's not something that bothers anybody, but, figuring out how to do it is just like something, that I'm too lazy to do, when in fact it would be making me money. And I say money, but I mean like probably like cents on every 100 views or something. God damn. You guys take it easy. I love you. And maybe I'll do another one of these soon.